Ladies and gentlemen, California DMV CDL Handbook, Section 13. This is all about your road test. Let's learn what you're going to do on the road test. This section covers how you'll be tested on the road. To pass the road test portion of the CDL driving performance evaluation, you must make no more than 30 errors and no critical driving errors, which will result in an automatic failure. The entire road test must be conducted in English language. If you communicate in a language other than English or fail to comprehend the instructions given to you in English, then you won't be able to understand this video, so it doesn't matter. You will receive 2 verbal warnings for the first 2 offenses committed in the same test. Upon the 3rd offense committed in the same test date, the test will end as an automatic failure. Now you will drive over the test route that has a variety of traffic situations. At all times during the test, you must drive in a safe and responsible manner and wear your seat belt, obey all traffic signs, signals, and laws, complete the test without an accident or a moving violation. Now during the drive test, the examiner will score you on specific driving maneuvers as well as on your general driving behavior. You will follow the directions of the examiner. Directions will be given to you so that you will have plenty of time to do what the examiner has asked. You will not be asked to drive in an unsafe manner. If your test route does not have certain traffic situations, you may be asked to simulate a traffic situation. You will do this by telling the examiner what you are or would be doing if you were in that traffic situation. And remember, you are allowed a total of 3 attempts to pass the vehicle inspection test, basic control skills test, and the road test. Note: a driver must be tested in a truck or bus or other single unit vehicle with a gross vehicle weight of 26,000 pounds or more to satisfy the skills test requirement for the Class B CDL. Now you will be tested on your turns. You have been asked to make a turn, check for traffic in all directions, use turn signals, and safely get onto the lane needed for your turn. Now as you approach the turn, look, just remember these directions, you'll be fine. As you approach the turn, use turn signals to warn others of your turn, slow down smoothly, change gears as needed to keep power, but do not coast unsafely. Unsafe coasting occurs when your vehicle is out of gear for more than a length of your vehicle. Now, if you must stop before making the turn, come to a smooth stop without skidding. Come to a complete stop behind the stop line, crosswalk, or stop sign. If stopping behind another vehicle, stop where you can see the rear tires of the vehicle ahead of you, so leave a safe gap. Do not let your vehicle roll. Keep the front wheels aimed straight ahead. When you're ready to turn, check for traffic in all directions. Keep both hands on the steering wheel during your turn. Keep checking your mirrors and make sure the vehicle does not hit anything on the inside of the turn. The vehicle should not move into oncoming traffic. The vehicle should finish the turn in the correct lane. Now after the turn, make sure your turn signal is off. Get up to the speed of traffic, use your turn signal, and move into the rightmost lane when it's safe to do so. Check your mirrors for traffic. Now what about the intersection? When you come to an intersection, check for traffic thoroughly in all directions. Decelerate gently, brake smoothly, and if necessary, change gears. If necessary, come to a complete stop behind any stop sign, signals, sidewalk, or stop lines, and make a safe gap behind any vehicle in front of you. Now your vehicle must not roll forward or backward. Note: do not enter the intersection if there is insufficient space to clear the intersection. Now when driving through an intersection, check for traffic thoroughly in all directions. Decelerate and yield to any pedestrians and traffic. Do not change lanes while proceeding through the intersection. Keep your hands on the wheel, and once you're through the intersection, continue to check your mirrors for traffic. Accelerate smoothly and change gears as necessary. Now what about at an urban business? At an urban business, during this part of the test, You are expected to make regular traffic checks and maintain a safe following distance. Your vehicle should be centered in the proper lane, the rightmost lane. And you should keep up with the flow of traffic, but not exceed the posted speed limit. What about lane changes? Lane changes. During multiple lane portions of the test, you will be asked to change lanes to the left and then back to the right. You should make the necessary traffic checks first, then use proper signals, wait for a safe gap before moving into the lane, and maintain a safe following distance. Now what about the freeway or the highway? Well, before entering the expressway, check for traffic. Use the proper signals, merge smoothly into the proper lane of traffic. Now once you're on the highway or the expressway, maintain a proper lane positioning, vehicle spacing, and vehicle speed. Continue to check for traffic thoroughly in all directions. Now when exiting the expressway, make the necessary traffic checks, use the proper signals, decelerate smoothly, and exit the lane. Once on the exit ramp, you must continue to decelerate within the lane markings and maintain adequate spacing between your vehicle and other vehicles. Now what about the stopping and starting? Now for this maneuver, you will be asked to pull your vehicle over to the side of the road and stop as if you were going to get out and check something on your vehicle. You must check for traffic thoroughly in all directions and move to the rightmost lane or shoulder of the road. As you prepare to stop, check for traffic, activate your right turn signal, decelerate smoothly, brake evenly, change gears as necessary, and bring your vehicle to a full stop without coasting. And once you have stopped, vehicle must be parallel to the curb or shoulder of the road and safely out of traffic. Vehicle should not be blocking driveways, fire hydrants, intersections, signs, etc. Cancel your turn signal, activate your four-way emergency flashers, apply the parking brake, move the gear shift to neutral or park, remove your feet from the brake and clutch pedals. Now when you're instructed to resume, check your mirrors thoroughly in all directions for traffic. Turn off your four-way emergency flashers, activate the left turn signal. When traffic permits, you should release the parking brake and pull straight ahead. Do not turn the wheel before your vehicle moves. Check traffic from all directions, especially to the left. Steer and accelerate smoothly into the proper lane when safe to do so. Now once your vehicle is back into the flow of traffic, cancel your left turn signal. Now on a curve. When approaching a curve, check for traffic thoroughly in all directions. Before entering the curve, reduce your speed so further braking or shifting is not required in the curve. Keep your vehicle in the lane. Continue checking for traffic in all directions. Now, railroad crossings. Before reaching the crossing, all commercial drivers should decelerate, brake smoothly, and shift gears as necessary. Look and listen for the presence of trains. Check for traffic in all directions. If multiple lanes, keep vehicle in rightmost lane. Now do not stop, change gears, pass another vehicle, or change lanes while any part of your vehicle is in the crossing. If you are driving a bus, a school bus, or a vehicle displaying placards, you should be prepared to observe the following procedures at every railroad crossing. As the vehicle approaches a railroad crossing, activate your four-way emergency flashers. Stop the vehicle within 50 feet, but not less than 15 feet from the nearest rail. Listen and look in both directions along the track for an approaching train and for signals indicating the approaching of a train. If operating a bus, you may also be required to open the window and door prior to crossing the tracks. Keep both hands on the steering wheel as the vehicle crosses the tracks. Do not stop, change gears, or change lanes while any part of the vehicle is in the tracks. Four-way emergency flashers should be deactivated after the vehicle crosses the tracks. Now continue to check your mirrors for traffic. Not all driving road test routes will have a railroad crossing. You may be asked to explain and demonstrate the proper railroad crossing procedure to the examiner at the simulated location. Okay, and they're going to take you over a bridge or an overpass sign. After driving under an overpass, you may be asked to tell the examiner what the posted clearance of the height was. After going over a bridge, you may be asked to tell the examiner what the posted weight limit was. Now, if your test route does not have a bridge or bypass, you may be asked about another traffic sign. And when asked, be prepared to identify and explain to the examiner any traffic sign which may appear on the route. Now, for school buses, We're going to talk about student discharge. If you're applying for a school bus endorsement, you will be required to demonstrate loading and unloading students. So please refer to section 10 in this playlist for procedures on loading and unloading students. Now, general driving behaviors they're going to watch. You will be scored on your overall performance in the following general driving behavior categories. How you use the clutch. Now, this is for manual transmission. Clutch usage. Always use the clutch to shift. Double clutch when shifting. Do not rev or lug the engine. Do not ride the clutch or control speed. To control speed, coast with the clutch depressed or pop the clutch. Don't do any of those things. Now, gear usage. Do not grind or clash the gears. Select a gear that does not rev or lug the engine. Do not shift in turns and intersections. Now, brake usage. You're going to watch your brake usage. Do not ride or pump the brakes. Do not brake harshly. Brake smoothly using steady pressure. Now, lane usage. They're going to watch how you center in the lane. Do not put the vehicle over curbs, sidewalks, or lane markings. Stop behind stop lines, crosswalks, or stop signs. Complete a turn in the proper lane or multiple lane road. The vehicle should finish a left turn in the lane directly to the right of the center lane. Finish a right turn in the rightmost lane. Move to or remain in the rightmost lane unless lane is blocked. They're going to watch your steering. Do not over or understeer the vehicle. Keep both hands on the steering wheel at all times unless shifting. Once you have completed shifting, return both hands to the steering wheel. Traffic checks. They're going to see how much you check the traffic, regular traffic checks. So check for traffic regularly. Check your mirrors regularly. Check your mirrors for traffic before, while, in, and after an intersection. Scan and check for traffic in high volume areas and areas where pedestrians are expected to be present. Now they're going to watch how you use your turn signals. So use your turn signals properly. Activate turn signals when required. Activate your turn signals at appropriate times. Cancel your turn signals upon completion of a turn or lane change. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud of you for making it through the DMV handbook. We've completed the entire book. Yeah, just listen to it a few times. Go and take your DMV test. That's how I learned. Check out my videos on the test questions and answers. And there's a unique way that I do the videos to where it sticks in your mind. Best of luck to you and safe driving out there on the road.